Good evening, everybody. Welcome to CWU Live. My name's Chris Webb. I'm the Head of Communications at the CWU. Welcome to a really, really important session tonight where we're launching a major cross-BT group campaign. Joining me this evening, our Deputy General Secretary for TNFS, Andy Kerr, and the President of Union, Karen Rose. Good evening, guys.
Good evening, Chris.
So we've got a major session tonight, and I know we're very excited about coming to you. What this isn't tonight is a big Q&A session. We're very simply going to announce the campaign, which Andy's going to do. We're going to play some video content to you. But more importantly, really, we're going to be saying to the branches and the members, this is how you can get involved. This is how you can help us win this campaign. So not a massive session, but a very, very important one nonetheless. So you can help us at this point, before I hand over to Andy, by liking the page, by sharing it, and by tagging your workplace colleagues in, because the more people that see this, either live or recorded, the more chance we've got of getting this campaign off to a great start and ultimately off to a winning start. So without any further ado, if you tell us where you're coming from, tell us where you live. Sorry, we really like hearing you. We really like sharing your positive messages on screen. I'm going to hand over to Andy, who's going to announce the campaign. Andy Kerr.
Well, thanks, Chris, and thanks and welcome to everybody on tonight. And as Chris has just said, this is not a Q&A session. We will be doing much more Q&As as the campaign goes on over the next few weeks and months. This is a really important campaign for us in BT, something we haven't done for quite some time. So we really want people to be engaged in this campaign. We need your support. We need the members behind us in it. And really what this is about is getting you involved in the piece. So really what I want to say is I want you to give us that commitment that we can count you in this into this campaign. So this campaign will be called Count Me In, and I hope you do get involved in it.
Thank you, Andy. So I think what we're going to do now, if you're comfortable with that, Andy, is we're going to share a video that Andy and the team have put together, which give you a little bit more background. Okay, that's great stuff. So I hope you all enjoyed that video. It was moving at some pace, so we'll share it again on our social media pages later on, so you get to all see it. And we're also going to put out a bit of a slower version probably tomorrow morning. So Andy, if I can, I'm going to come straight back to yourself. Just ask if you want to elaborate on some of those aims of the campaign.
Yeah, Chris, that would be great. Thank you very much for that. And I say we'll be doing much more in the coming weeks and months and getting yourselves involved. Really, what this campaign is about is us demanding BT respect their employees, our members in the workplace. And it's, reiterating some of what was in the video there. What we want is increased job security for our members, and we want to maximise UK direct labour jobs wherever possible. And we also want to agree a redeployment process across all CFUs, because in recent times it has been concentrated in lines of business and siloed, if you like. We want to make sure there's real opportunities across all of BT Group for people who find themselves in a redeployment situation over in the coming weeks and months, and in the years, in fact. But we really want to get involved in retraining and reskilling our workforce. We accept that the company will change over the next few years. We know what technology is like. We know more than BT, the senior managers, about the technology in this company. So we need retraining, reskilling, and that's something we don't believe has been done properly for many, many years. So we will be demanding that. And we'll also be demanding decent pay, terms and conditions for all BT employees by ensuring a fair grading structure and pay and reward structures within BT. They have slipped away in the last period, and it's now time to put that right, and we'll be demanding that from them. And we'll also be making sure in creating BT want to create a voluntary package, leavers package, and we want that to be enhanced from where it is today for those people who wish to leave the company again. And one of the things in the recent times in the legally binding agreement we had on pensions, on redundancies, voluntary redundancies, the company has put in place invoked the clause that means that it's up for debate and discussion with them, and we'll be involved in those discussions in the coming weeks and months as we go forward. But what we need in place is that legally binding agreement back to the pensions issue that we had with the company, and we'll be asking them to reinstate that as soon as possible. And lastly, really the main thing is for us tonight is to ask you to join in our campaign. We are only good as the sum of all our members together, and we need to be united if we are arguing the case with BT. So we will develop our policies on this in the coming weeks. We will be involved in yourselves. Watch out for all the stuff that we'll be doing over the next few weeks. But mainly what we want is for you, the members, to spread the word to your fellow work members in the workplace. We want you to sign up to this campaign. We want to count on you in this campaign, and I'm sure you will. There is issues in BT at the moment that affects every single worker in BT in one way, shape or form. So it's now time for us to step together, unite as a whole union, and fight the company if that's what they really want to happen. But we want to make sure we have decent terms and conditions for you, not just for the next few weeks or few months, not just for the next few years, but for many years to come. So I'd ask you all to join this campaign.
Thank you, Andy. I'm going to come to you now, Karen. I mean, obviously, we want to go through during this session, what we want our branches to do, what we want our members to do, and share, if we can, a message from our General Secretary as well, Dave Ward. But before we come to that, I wondered, if you could lay out some of the comms things and some of the plans we would be doing as a headquarters during this campaign.
Campaign is going to be reliant on the structures that we've got in the union from the top to the bottom. There's no doubt about that. So at headquarters level, we're going to do some of the stuff around we've got a headquarters strategy team. That strategy team is going to be meeting weekly. We're going to be reviewing things. We're going to be creating comms to go out to the branches. We are basically going to run some of the branding stuff and run events like this, social media, and we're going to do some of that from headquarters. But also, what's going to be key is we're going to have regional campaign teams, and the branches are going to play a key role as well, which I'll come on to in a bit. But the regional campaign teams as well, they're going to play a key role as well, and setting up local social media, whether that be with local press in certain circumstances, or in social media little hubs that they've got in regions, in making sure that we're engaging with the members and making sure we're getting our message out there to members, because the most important people in all of this are going to be our members that are in the workplace, and we have to make sure that our structures from the top to the bottom are making sure that we're engaging with those members on a regular basis, so that we are keeping them up to date, informed, and allowing them to get involved in this campaign, because there's room for everybody to be involved in this campaign. And we're going to be ensuring that from a headquarters basis, we're going to be reaching out as far as we possibly can to get everybody involved in the campaign.
Thank you, Karen. I mean, obviously you guys get one view of a session. To tell you, there's 3,500 people online watching, and we're getting hundreds and hundreds. As you're seeing, I'm putting a selection of them on screen of people saying that they're with the union. So that's fantastic. I'm sure you'll both be heartened to hear that. Andy, one of the questions which I have to ask, because it's come up so many times on the feed, is, and I know you'll answer it emphatically because we spoke about it previously, is, are we heading towards an industrial action ballot with this campaign?
Well, yeah, Chris, I mean, I'll have to answer that the way I've answered it since the beginning. Yes, we are. And I think people have to be able to understand we are serious in this. This is not a game any longer. Enough is enough with the company. We have tried to negotiate. We've tried to work our way through it. The company are not playing ball with us any longer in some respects. We are saying it's a twin-tracked approach. We will try and negotiate our way through this, as you would expect us to do. But I'm in no doubt whatsoever. If we can't get what we want from the company through negotiation, it will be an industrial action ballot. And I will not shuck away from that. The time has come. We've had enough. It's unfortunate we're in this position, but we are, gearing up quite clearly for an industrial action ballot. And people have to be clear about that. We want you to join this campaign, but you join the campaign knowing quite clearly, if we can't negotiate our way through this, it will be an industrial action ballot we have to run. And we'll be asking for everyone's support in that ballot.
Thank you, Andy. Emphatically answered, as I knew it would be. Karen, I'm going to come to you now and ask, obviously, one of the vital tools in any CWU campaign is the work of our branches. What are we expecting them to do in the coming weeks and months?
It would be vital and key role in this. And the most important thing they do, and we know that an awful lot of the branches have already started this work, and they're already out there gathering the data together as we speak. But we need the branches to update all the membership data. And that means that they have to get in touch with the members. They have to find personal email addresses for the members. They have to find personal mobile numbers for the members. And that's so that we can keep in touch with the members on a regular basis if those records are up to date. We also, of course, touching on the previous subject that Andy touched on with industrial action, we also need to make sure that we have accurate workplace data for all of our members. So that membership data is key, and only the branches can do that. The branches have to contact members and make sure that that information is up to date. And also, we want them to engage in the workplace. Now, we know that with the current situation with the pandemic, that face-to-face engagement in the workplace is not the way that we normally would have been able to do it previously. But what we're saying is use whatever method available to you in the branches, whether that be online, whether that's off-site meetings, or whether it is just basically ringing up people, calling members and talking to them. And one of the key things in this, of course, in engaging in the workplace is actually building a robust and extensive network of representatives in the workplace. So what we also want branches to do is to identify new activists, new representatives. There's lots of people, when we run events like this, that come forward and they ask about getting involved, actually. And what we would say is, if you want to get involved and be the voice from your workplace or be the representative, get in touch with your branch. And we'd ask branches to do the same, to get in touch with the workplaces, make sure that we've got engagement there with every single team so that we've got people there, points of contact. That's going to be really important in all of this. We also want branches to build local social media platforms. A lot of branches run these already, a lot of them run Facebook pages, a lot of them run WhatsApp groups, they run Twitter accounts. We're asking them to continue with that, to build local social media platforms and to make sure that, that we're making members aware of it and to publicise them and advertise them so that we're making sure that we're contacting as many people through those medias as we possibly can. And we're asking them to maximise membership by recruiting every member, if that's possible. Because we've got really good membership levels in BT, excellent membership levels in BT, but there's always room for improvement. So basically, even if we're at 90% or even 92%, it still means that we always have an aim to have 100%. So what we're asking branches to do is to maximise members by going out there, contacting the existing members and asking them actually to do some of this communication work for us, asking our members to make sure that they check with their colleagues that they're a member of the union. So we're asking branches to do that in maximising of members. But there's no doubt that the branch's role is absolutely key for this. They are closest to the members than anybody, and they are going to be absolutely vital in this campaign in making sure that we include everybody and that everybody counts.
Thank you, Karen. One of the things that I want to talk to Andy about next, he's going to detail, is the vital role of all of you watching, the 4,500 of you now with us. And actually, you know, the union isn't Dave Ward, Andy Kerr, Karen, the union is actually you. And we've always said that, and we're going to give you a set of tasks to do. But also, it's important we feel that you know that the whole union stands with you. So here's a message from our General Secretary, Dave Ward. I'm crossing my fingers it's going to work, because it now says it's uploaded when it didn't earlier on. So over to Dave.
Hey everybody, it's clear we're facing huge problems across the whole of BT, with a company setting aside £1.3 billion over the next few years to introduce a major cost-cutting plan. It doesn't matter what part of BT you work in, you can absolutely be certain that you're going to be impacted by this cost-cutting plan. It will result in forced compulsory redundancies. It will result in massive overall job losses. It will result in attacks on pay, terms and conditions. And for those who remain in employment, it will end up with an intensification of your daily workload, where you'll be working harder and faster for less. We're already seeing the first impact of this in BT Enterprise with compulsory redundancies. We know that through the so-called Better Workplace programme, BT are planning to spread those compulsory redundancies across consumer and across the whole of the desk-based jobs throughout the company. We also know that BT have already introduced increased workload for many of our engineers by reducing travelling time. We know that there are two-tier terms and conditions across the company, and we know that the company have just served notice on the pensions agreement to reduce the overall redundancy terms. So my message to you today is very simple. We cannot stand by and allow the company to press on regardless. We cannot allow them to ignore your voice and the voice of the union. And that's why today the union is launching our Count Me In campaign. And I'm here to say to you that this campaign is going to be very different to anything that you've seen before. This is not a campaign where we can start it and not see it through to the end. This is a campaign where we're going to engage with our members in every workplace across every part of BT to get the members behind the union. We're going to use some of the campaign techniques that we've learned in recent times to put the pressure on the company like never before. We'll go to shareholders and we'll leverage the shareholders and we'll put pressure on them like never before. And yes, if it comes to it, we will go to an industrial action ballot and we will take action to change BT's plans. We hope that that's not required. And what's really important is that you now get behind the union's campaign. In the last few months, our members have done a fantastic job working in BT. You've been classified as key workers and you've kept the country connected through your efforts. And we simply cannot allow BT's plans to destroy your future. So I'm asking you that you get behind your fellow workers, you get behind the union, and we will deliver a better future for our members. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dave Ward, General Secretary, with a great message there. So Andy, come back to you if I can. Obviously, Dave shared that the whole union stands with our members, but important what you're saying tonight, which is vital, and the members, need to understand that is they have a role too, don't they? Could you set out some of what that role is?
Yeah, I mean, the members have a role to play, and just following on from Dave there and a couple of points that Dave made. I mean, everyone in BT, every worker in BT was seen as a key worker, and is still seen as a key worker in this country over the last period of time. And you've done a tremendous job, whether it's field engineers, whether it's in contact centres, whether you've been working in the contact centre or working at home, or all the other jobs that's done and roles that's done in BT. You've done a tremendous job over the last period. But it's sad that I have to say today, the people of Aberdeen were told, 97 team members were told they're all at risk of redundancy. That's BT thanks to those workers. For those work that they've done, not just in the last 15 weeks or 16 weeks during this pandemic, but the work that some of those workers have done for the past 30 and 40 years. They've been repaid today by BT by being put at risk of redundancy. They should be absolutely ashamed of themselves, the leadership in BT today. And we will stand behind those 97 people. I can assure you of that. And we will do everything in our power to try and get them redeployed, try and get them into other jobs, and try and keep them if we're working for BT. So this, what's happened to those 97 individuals today, could happen to any one of you, any one of our members anywhere in the country, and where the programme that BT is trying to do in the future. And you are all part of this, and we need you. We need you to be part of this. So I want you as individuals and as groups of individuals to make sure you tell and demonstrate to BT that enough is enough, and you demand respect from this employer. I want you to tell and demonstrate to BT that you want job security within the company. And I want you to tell and demonstrate in whatever way you can do it that you want a fair grading structure within BT. I'm asking you to get behind the union. I want you to join our campaign, the Count Me In campaign, and join in our activities as we do it, as Dave said a few minutes ago. We'll be thinking up a few activities over the next few weeks and months. I want you to be involved in it, either at a local or a national level. We need you as members to make sure you get across to managers at every opportunity, no matter if it's your level 1 manager or any time you get an opportunity to speak to some senior ones, that you want treated with respect, you want your union to be treated with respect in negotiations, and you want them to adhere to agreements that we've reached over the years. So I'm asking you to help us ensure that we protect your future and create leverage in our negotiations. We will try to do our best through negotiations, but we want you to be vocal, very vocal, over the next few weeks and months. Think of the 97 in Aberdeen today. You could be one of them tomorrow. So think about that. Union is all us coming together. Put all our differences that we may have had over the last few weeks, months, even years in some cases. This is the time for uniting. This is the time for every member to come together. Get out there tomorrow in the workplace. We will be sending you out stickers, badges, everything else we need to do in that. We need you in the workplace. Start speaking to your work colleagues. You may think you're safe today, but you may not be safe tomorrow. This is a campaign that everybody has to take part in. Every member has a place to play in this. And I'm asking you, please get involved. And I'm really heartened already tonight with the amount of people who have already signed up to Count Me In campaign. And we'll be asking many more of you to do it in the future. Please spread the word. Please join us in this campaign.
Thank you, Andy. Uplifting words there from you. Karen, I'm going to come. Before I do that, actually, I've got to say two things. Number one, this is the biggest ever TNFS Facebook Live and session we've ever had. It's massive. There's so many of you online, and we're absolutely delighted with that. And thank you to everyone who's joined us tonight. And the second thing is, as part of our plan to improve communications, we are launching a new Facebook page, Andy Kerr, CWU, DGS, TNFS. So if you could just search that on Facebook and go over and like it, there'll be loads of content on there over the coming days and weeks and months. But it's just yet another outlet for us to get information out about this campaign and what Andy's up to in his role as Deputy General Secretary. So please go and like that page. Karen, I'm going to come to you now, if I can, for some final thoughts and final messages to the membership.
And I would just be reiterating what we're saying, but basically I think it's time that we sent the message that says enough is enough. So we want to ensure job security for our members, right? And we want to ensure a fair grading structure. We want our members to get behind the union. We want them to join into the Count Me In campaign and the activities that are going to be happening right across the country. And we need everybody to buy in to the Count Me In campaign to help us to ensure that we protect your future, the members' future. And we basically, I suppose, I don't think that in the last 30 years there's been a campaign like this across BT. This is a time when we need everybody to come together. United is a word that we use and we bandy it about. There has never been a more important time to unite. And so we're urging people to unite behind this campaign, sign up to Count Me In, and let's take this fight to the company.
Thank you, Karen. It's fantastic. Andy, I'm going to hand over for the final words to yourself.
Yeah, well, thanks, Chris. And it's been great that people have come on to this tonight. I say, I just have to go over some of the, hopefully not go over exactly some of the things, but this is a campaign that involves everyone. It needs to involve it. So it doesn't matter whether you're 20-year-old or whether you're 60-year-old. It doesn't matter whether you worked for BT for 30, 40 years or if you worked for BT for 2 or 3 years. There's a different argument for different people. And in spanning this campaign, there's a number of issues. And I can assure you, at least one of the issues we're campaigning on affects you. At least one. And in some cases, everyone could affect you. So this is the point. Get it out there. Doesn't matter whether you're a field engineer, whether you're a contact centre worker, whether you work for technology, you work in enterprise, you work in the stores, you work for billing, you work for any part of the company, this campaign could affect you. So please do as we ask. Speak to your work colleagues tomorrow and over the coming days. Get involved. Make sure your contact details are correct with your branch, so we can keep you informed of what's going on over the next period. And we will do our best to communicate, and we'd like to hear from you. We do want to hear what people think, but more importantly, we want the company to hear what you think. So please let them know how you feel about not just the 97 in Aberdeen today, because it could be somewhere else tomorrow. This is a major campaign we are embarking on. We need your support. We know we'll get your support. Please help us in this, and we will give our best from the national headquarters to help you, every member. Every single one of you are important to us. Spread the word, brothers and sisters. Spread the word.
Thank you, Andy. So I want to say now, just in closing, thank you to Andy, thank you to Karen for joining us. They've done an excellent job, and I think the comments and the support and the amount of people online fully demonstrate that. Most importantly, with all three of us, we want to thank you, the members, for tuning in, and we will ask you just to keep sharing it, keep getting that message out there. We've got tons more material coming at you. From us three, good night, everyone. You can count us three in, definitely.